Andrea Tividad reporting for Benilde News. And for our top story tonight, deforestation in the hearts of the Filipino people. For a decade, the Philippines has been battling injustice in the community due to urbanization and the increase of factories being constructed. Thomas Wolf is reporting live in Iloilo City to give us information on the problem. Thomas?
I traveled from Manila to Iloilo to find out what the situation is like here in this peaceful area. The Philippines has seen an ongoing loss of its forests due to urbanization and natural calamities. This high rate of forest loss is especially troubling as the Philippines is considered to be one of the most diverse countries in the world. So much so that scientists have termed it mega diverse. In emerging cities like Iloilo, where its economic growth has shot up from the past few years, the government has been working on so many projects to fulfill the desires of the Ilonggos. The city itself has seen enormous amounts of land being bought to create new buildings to accommodate foreign investors. Not known to them that they are wiping away the natural habitats, which leads to the loss of biodiversity. As I traveled to the outskirts of the province, I became wary of the problem outside the city. It is easy to see that wildlife and forests have been cut down to build more infrastructure, but on the second hand, to create more jobs in the farming industry. Because this place has its mountainous regions, soil erosion causes landslides, which is unfortunate for those people who live along the tree lines. Forester Mitzi Florida, a project development officer in Iloilo, will now talk about the problems.
Why trees are so important. One is trees produces oxygen, right? Yes, and it is one thing that it provides us oxygen, and that the oxygen is every human needs that in order for us to survive in this beautiful planet. And another thing is why trees are important is trees clean the soil. One thing that through the roots in the soil, it cleans up all the pollutants, the chemicals being stuck on the soil through the process of phytoremediation. Through that, it cleans up the pollutants and other chemicals in the soil. Another thing is trees control noise pollution. Since in some areas there were vast many trees, it is more protective compared to rock walls or stone walls. If we have these much more trees, it really helps us to control noise in any place.
Ms. Florida explains some important details as to the importance of keeping our natural forests. Here we have a bystander who doesn't wish to be named to give us facts about the Philippine forests.
Tropical rainforests such as found in the Philippines cover less than 2% of Earth's surface, but house an estimated 50% of all life on the planet.
Deforestation is inevitable. As we see the population growing, space needs to be utilized so that we do not overpopulate certain areas. Nevertheless, we must understand that there are pros and cons to deforestation. Pro, it shows an increase in the country's development and it means more income for the government to renovate or create services. But this causes a domino effect. As we can see from history, when we do our work, we pay our taxes, government makes more money, population increases, and then there is a need to expand.
Thank you, Thomas. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for now. Check in 30 minutes for the next news report. Good night.